Good Monday, everyone, and welcome to this edition of Conversation Daily News. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again. Well, it's a brand new day, it's a brand new week, and can you believe it is a brand new month? So welcome to November. We, of course, have your news headlines coming up on this Monday. We have the truth of the day with Mary Ellen CIganovich, and in today's entertainment spotlight, he recorded my conversation with actor and producer Michael Jai White. He's also featured on the cover of Conversations magazine that's out now on Amazon. You all can find the link with this broadcast, and of course you can be able to find out more information about the interview also on my page here as well. Enjoy today's program. For Conversation Daily News, I'm Cyrus Webb with your Monday headlines. In international news, Biden winds up G20 summit with deans at Russia and China. President Joe Biden wrapped up his time at the Group of 20 summit on Sunday trying to convince Americans and the wider world that he's got things under control and taking Russia, China, and Saudi Arabia to task for not doing enough to deal with the existential threat of climate change. Biden's overall take on his efforts on climate change: he's got $900 billion planned for renewable energy, and Congress will vote this coming week. On supply chains, he has plans to make the ports run better and tamp down inflation. For workers, he's building an economy with pay raises. On diplomacy, world leaders trust him. But he also acknowledged what he has not achieved: bringing Russia, China, and Saudi Arabia to the table with the broader international community to limit carbon emissions and move to renewable energy. In a news conference Sunday, the U.S. president spelled out his belief that all politics is personal and that what progress was achieved at the Rome summit came from direct interactions with other leaders. They know me, I know them, Biden said of his fellow G20 leaders. We get things done together. We've made significant progress and more has to be done, Biden added, but it's going to require us to continue to focus on what Russia's not doing, what China's not doing, what Saudi Arabia's not doing. For all the challenges confronting him, the president attempted to stay optimistic. As Biden departed the news conference, he offered a thumbs up when he was asked if West Virginia Senator Joe Manchin and Arizona Senator Kristen Sinema, key Democratic votes, were on board with his $1.75 trillion spending package for families, health care, and renewable energy. The president also shrugged off his recent decline in the polls. The president did leave the G20 with commitments by his fellow leaders on a global minimum tax that would make it harder for large companies to avoid taxes by assigning their profits to countries with low tax rates. In national news, White House Press Secretary Psaki says she has COVID-19. White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki said Sunday she has contracted COVID-19. She said she was last in contact with Biden on Tuesday when she met him in the White House. Psaki said they were more than 6 feet apart and wearing masks. Psaki was not traveling with President Joe Biden, who was in Rome this weekend for the Group of 20 summit and is headed to Glasgow, Scotland today for a UN climate summit. Psaki had planned to travel with the president but scrapped the trip just as he was set to depart for Europe after learning that members of her household had tested positive for COVID-19. Since then, I have quarantined and tested negative for COVID on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, as well as on Saturday, Psaki said in a statement. However, today, I tested positive for COVID. Psaki said she is only exhibiting mild symptoms. In business news, American Airlines cancels hundreds of weekend flights. American Airlines canceled hundreds of flights on Sunday for a third straight day as it struggled with staffing shortages and upended weekend plans for tens of thousands of travelers. By late afternoon Sunday, American had canceled more than 900 flights, one-third of its schedule for the day, after scrapping nearly 900 flights over the previous 2 days, according to tracking service FlightAware. A spokeswoman for American said the airline expects considerable improvement starting today, although there will be some residual impact from the weekend. By Sunday afternoon, American had already canceled more than 100 Monday flights, according to FlightAware. In more business news, Mayor says 9 in 10 New York City workers vaccinated as deadline nears. 9 in 10 New York City municipal workers received COVID-19 vaccinations as of today's deadline under a city mandate, according to Mayor Bill de Blasio. De Blasio tweeted on Saturday night that 91% of city workers had received the vaccine, which represented a jump from about 83% as of Friday night. Under a city mandate, those who haven't received at least one dose of the vaccine will be put on unpaid leave starting today, raising the possibility of shortages of police, fire, and EMS workers. New York City has more than 300,000 employees. And finally, in entertainment news, in second weekend, Dune best last night in Soho, as well as Antlers. After a record-breaking start, October's box office closed out quietly this weekend, with Dune repeating at number 1 and 2 prominent genre newcomers, Last Night in Soho and Antlers stumbling. Whether it's due to Halloween falling on a Sunday, too many new options, or simply a lack of enthusiasm, movie-going audiences seem to have other plans for the past weekend. That made the top 5 movies over the weekend. Number 1, Dune with $16 million. Number 2, Halloween Kills with $9 million. Number 3, No Time to Die with $8 million. Number 4, My Hero Academia with $6 million. And number 5, Venom Let There Be Carnage with $6 million. Cyrus Webb, Conversations Daily News. It's on time for the Truth of the Day with Mary Ellen CIganovich. Mary Ellen, it's all yours.
Hi, this is Mary Ellen with your Truth of the Day. Let go and stay now. Being tense or impatient causes feelings of unease in your life. As you learn to surrender, you calm your mind, realizing things do not always go according to your plan. God, the universe, has a plan for you, and possibly what you are trying so hard to push through is not part of God's plan. Let go. Take a break and repeat the affirmation, I surrender. Letting go of having to make your life a certain way will allow you to be present in your life as it is, now, in this now moment. As you make surrendering or clearing your mind part of your mental routine, you begin to realize that your thoughts are the cause of all your struggles. Today, surrender to the present moment and savor the serenity that comes from simply being now as you go about and enjoy the day.
Actor and producer Michael Jai White is featured in today's Entertainment Spotlight right here on Conversations Daily News. For Conversations Daily News, I'm Cyrus Webb with the Entertainment Spotlight. Actor Michael Jai White joined me recently on Conversations Lively radio show to talk about his remarkable acting career and the response from his fans. Here's a bit of our conversation.
But you've been in this unique position, Michael, of being able to do what you love, not only in front of the camera, but also in martial arts. What has that been like for you, Michael, to take your passions and to be able to share them with all of us?
Well, I mean, I'm blessed behind it because, I get a chance to do what's in my heart. And so, but I felt blessed early on because there was a time where I learned that I was following my dream. And once I learned that piece of information, I felt like, okay, I've already won. Everything else to me is just, it's gravy, So yeah. That's my attitude going forward. And no matter what, I'm going to continue to try to just do my best.
You've been able to reach people who enjoy, the drama, enjoy the comedies, enjoy the action. How does that feel to have this cross-section of support from so many different arenas you've been a part of?
It feels great. I guess I keep moving forward, and I don't really reflect too much on it. I know it's a good thing.
Gotcha.
But I so much that I want to accomplish that I'm not very reflective a lot of the time.
Talk to us about that project and what it's been like for you to see the way that, especially during the pandemic, people have been responding to it.
Well, I'm finally getting the chance to play characters that are closer to myself. I understand you have to pay the dues and, play characters that sometimes, paint you a certain way. There were people that used to be just frightened of me because I played a lot of these rough characters, and friends of friends would say, oh, I saw Mike, but I didn't want to go up to him because, I'm kind of scared. I'm like, no. And my friends are like, no, he's a nice guy.
Cyrus Webb, Conversations Daily News. We thank you all for tuning in to this edition of Conversations Daily News. But we'll have you guys on tomorrow with more news, Truth of the Day with Mary Ellen CIganovich, and of course your Entertainment Spotlight. Until then, I'm your host, Cyrus Webb, saying as always, enjoy your day, enjoy your life, enjoy your world. Thank you all for choosing Conversations Daily News today. Let's make it a great one.